Hey guys, it's me, Schlee. Welcome back for another What's in My Lunchbox video. Today we are starting off with a deconstructed gyro. I'm going to make it into a salad instead of having it in a wrap. I have made a gyro before in one of my previous Lunchbox videos. If you want to see that, I'll link that video above for you. After the lettuce, I'm adding in some chopped cucumber and some chopped red onion. These are staples for any kind of gyro. They add a lot of really delicious fresh flavor, and that's perfect for summer. Then I'm going with the chicken, and this is a lot of chicken, I know, but I'm a big fan of getting a lot of protein in my lunches. For my dressing, I have some homemade tzatziki sauce. And on the side, I'm going to have some of these adorable little cherry tomatoes. I think these are the most picturesque tomatoes ever. They are so beautiful and red, and they are delicious as well. They have a very strong, sweet tomato flavor. They were perfectly ripe and they went so well with the other flavors in this salad. I highly recommend trying this kind if you can find them. I got mine at Aldi for anybody who's wondering. Sticking with the round red fruit theme, I'm then adding in some Schlee cherries. You guys know by now these are my absolute favorite. I love them. And for my lunch dessert, I have a miniature mood chocolate bar. This one is in the honey caramel flavor and it is my absolute favorite. The fact that it fits perfectly in my lunchbox like this is also so satisfying. And here's an overview of the whole lunch. I think it is very aesthetic, not to mention delicious. I enjoyed this one thoroughly. For my next lunch, I'm going back to basics with a good old chicken salad sandwich. You cannot go wrong with this. I'm starting off with my favorite organic bread. I'm obsessed with this currently. And then I'm putting down a little bit of sweet butter lettuce. This is really just to help keep the bread from getting too soggy because it creates a barrier between the chicken salad and the actual bread itself. And as you can see here, I'm not being shy with my application of the chicken salad. Again, I like to get a lot of protein in my lunches, so I am piling it high here. And then I'm adding more lettuce on top again to make a barrier between the chicken salad and the top piece of bread. Then we just have to put the lid on and slice it in half. I've mentioned before, I prefer to cut my sandwiches in diagonals because they taste better that way, but they don't fit very well in my lunchbox, so I had to go horizontal for this one. There's an up-close shot so you guys can see, it's looking pretty good. For my first side for this lunch, I have some good old green grapes. I had not had these in a while and I kind of forgot how delicious they are. These especially were so crisp and tasty, I loved them. I can't wait to get some more of those. And then I'm also going in with a few raspberries. Again, these were so delicious. I've been on my cherry kick since summer started pretty much, and I haven't been eating that much other fruit, but now I have officially remembered how many other delicious fruits are out there. Speaking of delicious, I had to break out the Wickles pickles for this lunch. These go so well with any type of sandwich, so I made sure to pack myself a few, and those fit perfectly into the middle compartment of my lunchbox. And their sweet, spicy flavor went so well with that savory chicken salad. By the way, if anybody's curious, I do have a video about my chicken salad recipe, and I will link that for you so you can check it out. And for my lunch dessert, I gave myself this little Lindor truffle just to have a little something sweet at the end of this meal. And here you go, here's an overview. Again, I think it's very aesthetically pleasing, as well as pleasing to the taste buds. Moving on to the next day, we have another salad, and this one you guys have probably heard of. It is the viral burger bowl salad. For anybody who doesn't know, it's essentially a cheeseburger but without the bun and just in salad form. So I put down some lettuce as well as some seasoned ground beef, and then I'm putting in some chopped red onion and some chopped pickles. These are Wickles. You can use any kind of pickle you want, but of course I have to use Wickles. I'm topping that with some shredded cheese, just a little bit. And for my salad dressing, I actually made a really quick burger sauce. This is just ketchup, mayo, pickle juice, and some seasonings mixed up and thinned a little bit, and it made a perfect dressing. It's essentially a Big Mac sauce that has that same taste, so it really imparts that burger flavor. Here I am back on my Schlee cherries, and I love these so much. I think they're out of season now, I can't find them anymore, but I have to say I remember them very fondly, and I look forward to cherry season next year so I can get some more. For my little treat on this day, I went with these Mauna Loa chocolate-covered macadamia nuts. I'd never had these before, and they were good, but they were not great. I'm not sure I would buy them again, but they were fun to try. They were quite nice and sweet, but just not my favorite. And once more, here's an overview of this lunch, and now it's on to the next one. For this day, I decided to go full toddler and make myself a chicken nugget lunchbox. Specifically, I was using these C-shaped chicken nuggets that I found at Aldi. These were so cute and fun, and they really were a nice change from my usual salads, sandwiches, wraps, that type of lunch. On the side, the first thing I'm packing myself is some cucumber slices and then some more of those delicious little cherry tomatoes from earlier. These were so fresh and they were really a nice treat to have. Of course, I did have to do some rearranging because I got a little overambitious and overstuffed my lunchbox, but that's okay. As a dip, I'm using some more of my homemade tzatziki sauce. You could use ranch dressing or any kind of dip that you like here, but I personally think the tzatziki sauce goes so well with fresh vegetables. Then the all-important dipping sauce for the chicken nuggets. Here I'm using some leftover Chick-fil-A sauce and some leftover Chick-fil-A barbecue sauce. These are in fact the best two sauces from Chick-fil-A. For my dessert on this day, I had a pack of Famous Amos chocolate chip cookies, which is very unusual for me. I cannot even remember the last time I had these aside from this lunch, but I have to say they were delicious, chocolatey and vanilla-y, just a complete throwback to my childhood. I really enjoyed those. Plus they added to the fun aspect of this lunch. Chicken nuggets, chocolate chip cookies. It's childish and it's 100% Schlee approved. For my last lunch of the week, I'm making a very simple wrap, starting off with a plain tortilla and some pepperjack cheese, and I'm going to top that with some mayo and some mustard. Looking back, I probably could have applied these a bit more gracefully, but that's okay. I'm using the spicy horseradish mustard that I got in Maine. I love this. It is so good. It adds so much flavor and kick to anything that you put it on, and I have to say, if you think your sandwiches or wraps are boring, try and step up with your condiments because that makes all the difference. I'm also adding a little bit of lettuce for some greenery, and for the meat in this wrap, we're going to use rotisserie seasoned chicken breast. You could of course use turkey, ham, roast beef, whatever you like, but I think the seasoned chicken breast has a really good flavor, and it's a nice change from the traditional turkey or ham. There's a close-up so you guys can see the inside of this wrap. And on the side, I'm adding in some of these Back to Nature Cheez-Its. I'm a big fan of these, as well as the last of my Skeena cherries. I seriously ate so many of these when they were in season. At this point, I should just invest in a Skeena cherry farm somewhere to make my money back. And last but not least, my dessert. I decided to have some of these Hershey's chocolate dipped pretzels. These were actually a gift from my friend Belinda to my sister Amber, but I took them because they are really good and I wanted some. So Belinda, thank you for sponsoring this lunch. And here's everything packed up and ready to go. And I did remember on this day that I had a longer shift, so I quickly grabbed a peach to add as a snack just so I could have that if I got hungry. And then that's it. That's everything for my lunches for this week. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!